there is a melted hole in the bottom of it. Needs repairs. What's happened? Right, this 550 in stock. Does it normally say that? Gaming PC. It's an i9 12900. Oh, I'm going to say 200. 64 gig of DDR5? DDR5 with a 12900. Are you sure? I think that's DDR4, isn't it? This doesn't seem like a bad price if it is 550 and that's 64 gig of DDR5. I think it's DDR4. I'm going to say 200. Look at the state of this. Sorry, the room it's in. It's just, I don't want to touch anything in that room. Not without gloves. There's it on the floor. There's a melted hole in the bottom of it. Needs repairs. What's happened? Can we have some more information? So something doesn't work. Don't think I can see a graphics card in there. No, there's no graphics card. Yeah, I've just googled that. It does take DDR5 RAM. 5TB M2. Because let's say that's 500. That's going to be at least 400. We're up at 900. This is over £1,000. It's 550, but it doesn't work and we don't know what's wrong. It needs repairs. He told us the motherboard. That is so strange. I almost want to know what part's broken, and I also want to know, how did you melt a hole in the bottom of your PC? I've been on Facebook and I found some beauties. Look at this guy. He's got a video of the lights. Amazing PC. Very reluctant sale, so needs the money. The specs can be provided. So we're just going to buy it blind for 550, are we? That's it. Is that it? Ask me questions. Can sell full setup if interested. I don't even know what it looks like. It's got some fans. It turns on. I don't know which GPU that is. There's a car on top of it. That's a bit embarrassing. It looks like a Subaru. 550, anyone? 400 for a custom gaming PC. Aren't all PCs custom? Probably means he's changed the desktop background. Literally nothing wrong with it. All customs worth every penny. I don't want to get rid of it. I need the space, but you need an Ethernet cable. Cool. That's all the words. It's got blue fans on the front. Looks like he's used paint to hide what's on the floor. Mate, just pick up what's on the floor. What could be on the floor that would be that you don't want people to see? Body parts, probably. Can you see the reflection of it? I'm not even entirely sure what that is in the reflection. 400. Why would you say nothing? Like, I don't understand this. I know nothing about this. I have to message you, do I? No. High-end custom PC. 1500. This has been reduced from £2,000. A 97. These are new prices. You're not paying 650. Even 650, you can get them for 600. 700, 200. Okay, what are you trying to prove here? Right, used. Realistically, I'm going to say 500. That's a good GPU. This 150, so it's 650. Motherboard, let's say 700 because old motherboards aren't worth much. CL28 RAM. I imagine that's 32 gig, and I think that's DDR5. It's definitely DDR5. 6,000 megahertz. 550. 400 at a push, mate. You want 180 quid for the cooler? No. What? Does anyone know what this means? That can't be a cooler for 180. What is going on here? 2 terabyte storage, 220. That's actually reasonable. A used power supply for 100. Some fans for 75. And a lighting controller for 30. I'll take 1500 on near offer. Will you? Right, what would I pay? Probably 500 for the GPU. 150 for the CPU, motherboard, let's say another 50, so we're at 700. RAM, 400. Okay, we're at 1100. I'm not paying anything for an old cooler. I'd pay 200 for the storage, 1300. Could stretch to 1500. It does seem a little bit high for that spec. And when I did save this, it was £2,000, and I wish it was still £2,000 because it would have made a funnier video. But 1500, that seems a bit much. This is a monster. £6,500. It's the entire setup, which seems weird because you need to find someone that wants a TV, a PC, a microphone, 2 other monitors, and all this other stuff. It's quite a good-looking computer. Look at that. Look at this liquid. Okay, there's the 2 screens. I'm not going to price up every single one of these parts, but I'm going to hazard a guess it's not worth £6,500. So let's look at the computer. Oh, he's itemised every single part of it. The wheels, 700. The desk. He's parted out the desk. 12 grand's worth of stuff, and he wants 6.5. Okay, it's half. Computer-wise, what have we got? 5950X. It's just old and obscure. It's not something I'm looking to buy. Let's call it that. Let's just call it the 300 quid one. It's definitely not. 64 gig of RAM, DDR4 with that. I don't have 64 gig of RAM, so I'm going to leave that in. There's 140 to double the RAM. Luckily from the last one I priced up. A 3090. I won't have a 3090 on here because I don't buy old stuff because I don't want stuff. 24 gigabytes. How much is that? £1,000 for a 3090. So let's put something equivalent in. I've put in a 5080 because it's about the same price. Storage, 3 terabytes. Okay, I don't know if I've got 3 in here. Oh, I do. I'm surprised at that. £2,000. I mean, it's got the water cooling, which looks awesome. The PC alone, £2,000. Maybe. Oh no, it's a £2,000 PC. Who are we trying to kid? Monitors, I'm going to half that, so that's 500. The thing is, arms for your monitors. People are good. This is just so. I can't even be bothered. Is there £4,500 worth of stuff that's not here? 2 screens. Let's say they're 500 for both of those. The TV. Let's say that's another. That's another £1,000 for the screens. So we've got a £2,000 PC. We got another. Let's say another £2,000 for the screens. We're up at £4,000, which means you're going to pay £2,500 for a desk chair. I don't think that's a good microphone. I'm in a recording studio, so I know a bit about microphones. That's just a USB mic. I don't think it's even a good mic. I can't even find the microphone on here. Maybe that's separate. The only other expensive thing I can find is a steering wheel, 700, so let's half it. And there's a chair on here, which is a few hundred. You're not paying 400 for a used chair. I think it's this Titan Evo. And the desk is... It's not £6,500. I know you paid 12 and you got really into gaming during lockdown. Wow. What would you pay for that? This is brilliant. £1,750. You get a gaming PC with a monitor and all the original cables. That's amazing. These 2 pictures, thank you for these, they're wildly different. It needs a little bit of a dust, everything's a bit grey. Corsair 4000 case, they're about 100. This is the screen, isn't it? The monitor he's selling with it, 60 quid on eBay. It's got a 7600X, they're about 100. 2 terabytes of storage. I don't know what type of... Why do you take the same picture twice? What is this? This is quite a stressful listing. Right, it's a custom PC, mate, they all are. Right, we've got a 7600X, 100 quid. We've got a cooler. I think if it's more than about 2 years old, it probably needs throwing out. A 4060, I'm going to say that's another 200. You can buy a 5060 for the same price as a 4060. A new one for the price of a used one. Look on eBay and Amazon. Crucial DDR5, 48 gig of RAM. That might be another 300. 2 terabyte SSD. Okay, we're at 800. The case is 100. Power supply is about 100. Motherboard, let's say it's another 100. That's 1100. Okay, we're not getting far off. And it comes with a monitor, which 200 at push, 1300, which I think is overstated. I wouldn't. For a PC with a 4060 and a 7600, I'd probably pay 600-700 realistically. I don't really care what. A 48 gig of RAM seems overkill. 1750. No. I think this guy sent me an offer earlier. 800, monitor, keyboard, mouse, all the cables. What's this? Is that a cup holder? On your monitor? No, it can't be for a drink. This is old. Look, it's got a door on the front. There's a Razer mouse and keyboard. Are there no details? Really? Look at the dust. NVIDIA graphics card. CD drive, I think. So, if you want to burn some CDs. Oh, there's a HDD. You've got to basically get an archaeologist to dig that out of all the dust on it. Wow. Oh, look, it does say the parts. Right, Intel i5. Oh, God, that's ancient. 50 quid at a push. The RAM. DDR3. I wouldn't even pay 50 quid for that. So let's round these two up to 100. So the processor and the RAM, we're going to say 100. GPU 6 gig. What is it, a 1660? That's a guess. Another 50, so we're up at 150. A terabyte of storage. Problem is, I've seen the hard drive, which means if there is an NVMe or an SSD, it's only... Okay, a terabyte of it is the hard drive, which means Samsung Evo. So I'd say 0 for the hard drive. So I mean a tenner, whatever, and 25 quid for the Samsung Evo because it's 250 gig. It's 200. The power supply is good. 250. Let's say 300 all up because it's got a case. Not a pretty case. The monitor. I don't know what the monitor is. I don't think even he knows. Is the monitor on here? Windows 10. You can upgrade it to Windows 11, I think. This is so old. DDR3. I know it comes with a keyboard and mouse. That's a fiver. The computer's about 300. So that's 305. And the monitor, 50 quid at a push. I've seen it. I don't even care what it is. It's not even a big monitor. Like 400 if you were desperate to pick up a computer. Like, I'll need a computer in 5 minutes and you live next door. That's pretty bad. This PC got some cool red lights. What I've noticed about it, it's got a really old CPU. It's got a 5600X. That T shouldn't be there. And a 9060 XT. Sort of a new graphics card in an old machine. These 5600s are in everything. To help price it up, I'm going to use this magical tool. So processor, 5600X, 80 quid. I haven't got a new price for that. They're about 120, I looked yesterday. It's got a 9060 XT. I don't know which version that is. Should we see which version it is? Careful with the 9060. It's a 16GB 9060 XT. In some pre-builds, it's got the 8GB version. So if you are looking at listings, check it's the 16, because sometimes it's the 8. Oh, here we go. DDR4, 3200, 216. Okay, I don't have a new price because I haven't put all the figures in. We'll just go used. So with storage, we've got a 1TB NVMe. So I'm going to have a bit of that. I'm going to ignore the HDD. They tend to deteriorate. When I buy and sell PCs, they're often worth like a fiver or zero. So we'll ignore that. Half decent power supply, 750. I think they're less than 100 because I saw one like that on sale on Amazon yesterday for 80. Used, this is 900. And this guy's trying to sell it for 1500. Seems a bit much, doesn't it? Does anyone remember these? These were the old Macs. It looks like an actual cheese grater. These were nicknamed the cheese grater Mac because if you run cheese on it, it grates it. That's not true. It's quite cool. He's cut a hole in the back. I don't know if that's standard or not. I can't remember. I haven't seen one of these in the flesh. I think my friend's actually got one, but it is a Mac. I did read the description. The guy said he made his own front ports, which looks very well done actually. It's quite a cool machine. Let's check the specs, see what it's worth. So if we start with the 9800 X3D, 350, I thought that was expensive. 6900 XT. Are you sure? Let's call it a 7800. I don't have the 6900, I don't have every GPU on here, I've got tons. I want to put the 7800 because it's slightly better. 380, seems high, but alright. Seems like a bit of a weak graphics card for such a strong spec, maybe they swapped that out. 2TB NVMe, 1200. Case, I'm going to say 100. PSU, I'm going to say 100. Okay, 1400. There's a grand premium on it. It is different. Would you pay £2.5 for that? This with a Noctua fan. That's a good cooler. It's not like I don't like those all-in-ones. They look fancy, but they break every 5 minutes. I've had so many go wrong. Whereas a Noctua, that will be going like when the world ended. Those fans will still be spinning. So let's add 100 for that fan. 1500 still seems a lot. Would you pay £2.5? Just looks a bit dated and crap. You want some coloured fans in the front of that. High-end gaming PC, right. £2.5. It's colourful, give them that. Oh, I hate when people just take pictures of the new price of things. What does this tell me? What? Ryzen 3950X? That's about 1,000 years old, isn't it? I don't even have a 3950X. I don't have anything on here that's that old. I'm going to go 5800X. I know it's not quite the same. I don't care. Right, those 7600Xs are 300. I've put in a 9060 XT 16GB because used they're about 300. I would rather have a 9060 XT, which is a lot newer and surely just better. I don't know if you can see this, I've got this diagram. So the 7600 XT, it's down here. It's sort of a bit better than a 4060. Why are they so expensive? There's some anomalies like this on the market. I know it's got 16 gig, but like a 4060 Ti is better, and they're only a 250. Which also seems overpriced. 64 gig of RAM. DDR4, what have you been using this for? I don't think I've got that in DDR4. I'm just going to put in 32 gig and double it. So I'm going to put another 140. It's an alright case, I don't know what it is. Let's say the case is 100. 1,000! This is up at £2.5 Why have you got it at £2.5 I know it's got 64 gig of RAM, but that's DDR4 old stuff. How is it £2.5 I wouldn't even want to pay £1 for it, just because some of those other components are really old. It's probably only got a couple of years more life left in it. The GPU, that's a lot better, but the rest of it, terrible.